And here we go. The other semifinal in the Zotac Cup, Elfi versus DeathAngel. It's going to go live shortly. Secura's Plateau loading on up. And of course in spectators, we have a quite an esteemed guest. We have Keldor actually spectating us as well. Regardless, we're going to bring you guys quite a show here in the Zotac Cup. You've got DeathAngel spawning in the bottom left. Meanwhile, top right, Elfi. So both these guys, of course, quite feared. Mana, no mana here. Mana actually not competing here today. It's kind of sad, honestly. I love seeing Mana play. Then again, this is a PvZ, so Mana would probably lose like 2 minutes in. Mana's weakness is definitely PvZ, sadly. He's such a strong player against Protoss. Such a strong player against Terran as well. Just Zerg seems to be Mana's bane. Regardless, that's all banter. See Elfi right now scouting. He's going to scout horizontal first. He's not going to find his opponent there. He's going to know his cross. What is he going to do? He's going to go for a Forge first build here. Will there be cannon in the rest is the question. Look at that. DeathAngel actually scouting his main. So afraid of some kind of cannon placement there. It's going to go hatch first here against the Forge first build. That is risky. Has DeathAngel scouted yet? No, he has not scouted at all yet. And there we go. The pylon wall coming up. It used to only take 2 pylons. Now it takes 3 pylons here. Now, are we going to see a quick cancel here in the expansion? He's only pulling 1 drone. That 1 drone is not going to be able to do anything. Oh, the pylon wall finishes. The Great Wall of Ire has been erected. And the cannon is building right next to the hatchery. He really needs to cancel that. There's no way he's going to be able to defend this. He's got the pool and the gas going down. It's swell. But that will not be enough. Gateway to follow up here by Elfi. And there we go. Photon cannon up. What are you going to do, DeathAngel? What is your option? What, you know, well, he doesn't have any options. He could go for some kind of Nidus play. Regardless, he's even food capped now. Canceling the hatchery, put him into the red. And chasing down this drone is actually very important. Make no mistake. If you don't do that, your opponent can just, Zerg can expand here instead. Then bum rush this with roaches. You are going to see a roach warren go down regardless, but DeathAngel already in a bad spot here. Seminary score going down as well as the expo for Elfi. So Elfi making the most of this forward contain he has now with the cannons. The cannon contain. Oh, look at that. Elfi actually, DeathAngel actually sneaking an expansion up here. So, definitely the expansion is considerably delayed, and DeathAngel is not in a good situation. But the problem with that is likely, Elfi is going to play very greedy right now. So he wants to, just get a lot of probes out and not worry too much about defenses. That means that, once this expansion kicks in, if Elfi is not aware in time, he could actually take a loss when the Zerg decides to push out. Interesting play. We see the Stargate follow up here by Elfi. Likely to see some Void Rays coming on out. Let's look at the bottom line. Let's keep that unit tab open for a little bit. We have 25 works against 22. Of course, larva problem for the Zerg. As he's finally trying to bust out. Loses 1 roach here. Then finally does take the cannon down. Slowly working on these pylons. Support for Elfi to be prepared for this, so you might need to warp in additional pylons. And the hatchery now, which has basically been sitting still for DeathAngel. Oh, DeathAngel going for a Spire play, so he wants to get, I guess, well, he can go a lot of ways right now. He can go for those Corruptors if he expects some kind of heavy Colossi play, but likely he's going to go for at least a good amount of mutas. The follow-up to this one Void Ray is actually Phoenixes, as we have a lag spike by Mana. Oh, Mana's actually spectating. Huh. Snuck in there. So quick shout out to our Polish friend. That is Roger out on the map. But has he, I don't think he spotted this Void Ray yet. This Void Ray has a lot of damage potential, but he needs to hit before the... Before, of course, the mutas come on out. Look at this Phoenix is just chasing down these roaches. Trying to delay them as long as possible to make sure they're killed off. Manages to charge up. It's gonna kill off 3 of these roaches. That's some good value. Ooh, and the Overlord as well. So no more production now as well. And you see Corruptors coming out. Because of course he's seen those Phoenixes, has seen the Void Ray out as well. If he had given it away a little bit later, it might have been even more effective for Elfi, but regardless, he's making good use of them. If he can take down these Corruptors before they really get into high numbers, he's going to be in good shape, because, of course, you know, his opponent is food capped right now, but nope. 3 Overlords in production, and Elfi is not going to commit to any kind of attack right now. Just playing it safe. Still not aware of the expansion in the top right, top left, by the way. He's gonna go for the drone harass right now. That's the dangerous if you let your opponent get a decent amount of Phoenixes. A lot of these drones can start dying once the energy stacks up. He's gonna try to make their way out, using that gliding shot to out-micro the Corruptors. The ice skating maneuver that was implemented in beta. And oh my god, a massive, massive gateway explosion by Elfi. Go for the Twilight Council and adding 5 gates to his original gate. And look at that, he's only now finishing Warp Gate tech. That is so late. Well, he's going to be able to warp in Stalkers very shortly, and of course Corruptors can't really do too much, even there's no Colossi out. Phoenixes are trying to harass where they can. Is that Void Ray still out? The Void Ray is still somewhere out. It's not going to get much playtime here with these Corruptors floating about. It's not quick enough to actually evade them. The Corruptors and the Phoenixes just tangoing, doing a tango of death on the middle of this map, Shakira's Plateau. Blink coming in as well as the Templar tech here. Oh, that's actually not it. There we go. There's the Templar Archives. Going on down. So Elfi's doing a little bit of everything. The risk of that is, of course, that you spread yourself too thin. You even see a few mutas that come out, actually, a good number of mutas, which is what I expected earlier. It's kind of peculiar that he spotted all these gateways, that he knows there's going to be a high potential for a lot of Stalkers. Goes for the mutas regardless. Blink Stalkers are an awesome way of dealing with the Mutaras. There we go, the mutas reaching the main, finding nothing but cannons. It's gonna pick off a straight pylon. There we go, now there's a decent flock of mutas. Go straight for the cannon. It's gonna take that down. The Phoenixes are gonna try to defend, but really they can't do much because the Corruptors are doing a good job of guarding these mutas. Corruptors now getting target fired. Ooh, loses 1 Phoenix. Just barely does Elfi manage to defend against this. Gets more pylons and gets another cannon out there as well, just to be safe. I mean, suddenly the food lead is actually in DeathAngel, on DeathAngel's corner. It's only now getting speed. And Psionic Storm underway. Look at that. Even forward pylons just getting picked off. Elfi food cap right now. He's warping in one more pylon, but he's going to have to warp in a lot more. He's got Storm done. You gotta remember, only limited energy, and it's harder to get those storms off. Have to save up for the energy now. Forward pylons going down. Aggressive blink there onto the corruptors. Now a good storm could take out so much of this. There we go. There's a storm a little too far back. It's killing off a lot of Zerglings, but regardless, oh my god, DeathAngel just hovering the army, the air army over Elfi's units, killing a lot of just getting a lot of kills. Now the Archon comes out. Archon's gonna do significant splash damage at least. Chase off these meters. Aggressive blink there onto the meters, taking them even more down. And it's the Zealots that remain. When all is said and done, when the apocalypse has come, Zealots will be left standing like cockroaches. They're now making their way into the natural of DeathAngel. Is there anything he can do to stop the momentum right now? Well, he's trying to produce a lot of Zerglings. Zerglings, of course, not the unit you want to have against Zealots. And no, he cannot. He taps out. Good game is called. And well played there by Elfi, going up 1-0 in this semi-final. Winner's going to go on to face Nurcho here. And we're going to see a match point situation here for Elfi. So at least one more game, maybe even two in the semi-final. You're watching Kaos TV. Stay tuned for more action.